Hi guys. So I've been, getting into the whole Mavic flying thing for a while, and one of my biggest questions was how I'm gonna charge my batteries when I'm hiking, when I'm outdoors, when I don't have a 110 volt or a car charger that I can use. I mean, I go kayaking, I go hiking, etc. So here I found a little solution here. So here we have two 45,000 milliamp milliamp hour batteries, and this specific one, which you'll find a link for purchase down below from eBay, has a 12 volt, 16 volt, and a 19 volt DC output, as well as the USB ports. You can charge this battery pack with a micro USB here, or you can, if you have a DC charger, you can connect a DC charger, and this is the DC out and the two USB ports. Obviously, you can use the USB ports for your controller and your cell phone, etc. But we're going to be utilizing the DC outputs for charging the Mavic. Here I have a car charger. Now you can use the Mavic DJI, original car charger, or there's some third-party ones. I did purchase a third-party one with a display that you'll see in a second. You can obviously use this in your vehicle, or we're going to be using this the cable that I created over here to attach it to the two batteries. So to do that, I purchased the car charger socket here, and I did some soldering work, which you'll see in the video later on, how to do that and what leads to connect. And then at the end, I have the two DC outputs. Today, I received everything that I need to put this thing together. So first, we have the car charger, and we have a 12 volt socket in order to connect the batteries to the car charger. And here we have the two batteries that we're gonna have to connect and solder together to get get enough juice for the car charger to work. So there we go. This is what's inside the package. A nice little instruction booklet. There's a specific way to activate these batteries, so make sure to read up. We have a DC to DC cable. We have a USB cable for charging. And here are all the bits that we're actually not going to use. There's a nice little pouch for transportation. And here is the battery itself. Okay, so I'm just kind of getting started with the production part where we have to actually put the cable together. The reason why is because one battery just doesn't have enough juice to power the charger. So here I have the car charger for the Mavic, and here we have the cable that is going to attach to the car charger. So that's that. And then here I have my, right here I have my car charger socket. So this will allow me to not damage the charger here, so I can use it in the car, etc., or I can just use it portable. So I have this cable here. And so this is where the magic is going to happen, is we have these two DC cables that are going to attach to each of the batteries. And obviously I need to connect them. So then, they're both batteries are going to power the socket. So that's what I'm going to get started. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the cable, so probably right about here. So once I cut the cable, I remove some of the insulation, and luckily these cables are nicely color coded, so there's no guessing game as to which one is positive and which one is negative. So now all I have to do is take this car charger socket and solder things together, and we'll be good to go. So by no means I'm a soldering champion, but I just applied some solder into the leads, and then I'm going to solder these together. I'm going to use some heat shrink in the process so I can get some water tightness and it kind of stays together. But what I want you to pay attention is that I'm going to be going all the reds together and all the blacks together, and that's a parallel connection. That is going to keep my voltage the same, but it's going to divide the current in between the two batteries, and that's exactly what I'm trying to achieve. Managed to get a fairly decent amount of solder in there and have a fairly nice connection. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, slide the heat shrink over and apply it to give that extra protection. So make sure to obviously put the heat shrink in place if you decide to use it before. It is not necessary. You can just use electrical tape instead. So here we go, the heat shrink is applied now, and I'm just gonna tighten everything up with electrical tape for extra protection. So we're finally ready to hook everything up. We have our cable ready and our batteries are somewhat charged. These batteries are a little bit finicky. You have to actually have a load, otherwise they'll go into standby. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my car charger and I'm gonna plug it into the socket to make sure that there's some load. Here I'm gonna have the display shortly. And I'm gonna take one of these connections and I'm gonna go to my first battery. What you wanna do is you wanna hit the power button and the lights are gonna come on. You can see right now it's at 12 volts and I wanna hit it again to make it go to 16 volts. And once I have 16 volts, I'm gonna plug it in. And as you can see now, my charger is live. However, we're not ready to plug in our battery just yet because if I do, it's going to be too much current. So this is when I'm going to pick up the next battery and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to go to 16 volts. There we go. Make sure 16 volts is selected and I am going to plug it in. So now I have these two batteries connected to the car charger and it's reading the maximum volt, 13 volts. Now I'm ready to plug in my Mavic battery. Right now it's almost full, but I'm just, demonstrating the fact that we are able to charge it. And once I plug it in, just give it a second and it starts charging. And you can see here on the display, we are maintaining that 13 volt and we're charging with 5.3 amps. So that is quite a fast charge. And we'll charge our Mavic battery shortly. So this is a great system. It's portable. You can carry it hiking, kayaking, cross-country skiing, whatever you're doing. Basically charge, and it does charge quite fast. It actually charges faster than the factory chargers that you get. I think this one is rated about 80 watts. So here you go, guys. Enjoy. I will report back how many charges I can get from this system. I calculated about 7 charges, but I will confirm that later. Thanks.